Hey guys, good morning and welcome to Vlogmas Day 13. I had a really bad time sleeping last night because of the Taco Bell I ate. I guess it was a lot heavier than what I normally eat, so it didn't sit in my stomach very well and it didn't feel very good. But other than that, when I woke up this morning, I feel a lot better. Both of the kids are sick now, so it's not just Charlie, it's both of them, so that's something. So I'm gonna go ahead and sit here and wake up for a little bit and I'll be back and let you know what we're gonna be doing. So guys, here's today's outfit. I just have this little sweater from Forever 21 on, and it does have those long sleeves again, so I love that. And then I just have these little yoga pants on. They're green. I know you can't tell in the camera, but I love the green and the yellow together. I'm not crazy how short this sweater is compared to how high-rise these pants are, but we're just gonna make it work today. Now the next thing I'm gonna do is my little morning skincare routine. So I'm gonna take my vitamin C serum and apply this all over my face. Then I'm going to take my multi-peptide moisturizer and do the exact same thing. Guys, I just noticed my lid on this Naturium bottle cracked. Okay, now I'm going to take some of this Amica Perk Up Dry Shampoo and spray a little bit on my hair for some texture. I like to use the back end of a makeup brush to part my hair. So I'm gonna try to style my hair today and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I got one side done. I've never tried this on my own hair before, so it's kind of hard to do. So I'm gonna go ahead and brush this other side out. Then I'm gonna try to copy what I did over here. Okay, so here's the final hairstyle. Not my best work, but I think it works for today anyway, and definitely okay for my first time trying it. But I'm gonna go ahead and reply to some comments. I actually have to set aside time to reply to comments because I am personally really bad at social media. So if I don't set aside time to do it, I just won't do it. So I'm gonna go ahead and work on that now, and I'll be back in for next check-in. My daughter's doing this really cool activity where it's kind of like a color by number, but you use stickers with it. So she's making this snowflake picture, and you just add the number of the sticker onto the number of the snowflake.
Show the name of the book. Paint by Sticker.
Paint by Sticker, the Christmas edition. So my daughter wanted to show you that she wrapped her own Christmas present. So this is my sack right here, and I'm so excited to open it on Christmas. And then she wrapped a bunch of presents for everybody else in the family too. And she even went ahead and put little bows and name tags on it, so that's super cute. So I really wanted to go ahead and get into this box and try everything out that we didn't really get to play with on the day that I opened this. So to refresh your memory, I got that Grown Alchemist primer. I got that Make Serum lip balm. I got that Beauty for Certain eyeliner duo. Complex Culture eye trio brush set. Ciate watermelon setting spray. And that Trace Luce Beauty eyeshadow palette. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this Grown Alchemist anti-pollution primer to my entire face. I love the Grown Alchemist packaging. It's that really satisfying metal squeeze tube. I did see somebody playing with this, and it seems like it's gonna be a really blurring primer. So here's what it looks like. It's a really clear substance, and it looks kind of cloudy almost. I'm definitely gonna apply this over my pores and texture. It has almost kind of like a citronella fragrance to it. It smells very herbal. Primers like this, I generally like to apply to my whole face because I like more of a stiffer formula to really fill in the pores, but these can be really nice for an all-over smoothing effect. The more this sits on my face, I'm getting like a floral scent from this, so it's like a mix between citronella and floral, so it's kind of a weird herbal fragrance. And when I applied this, it was really wet on my skin, and now it's fully dried down, so I can't even feel it anymore. It's really a strange thing, but I do like that. I think this will be really beautiful under foundation. I'm not going to wear any foundation today, but I just really wanted to try this primer. I know there's technically no standard for clean beauty, but this brand, Grown Alchemist, is really what I would consider clean. So this product is certified organic, toxic free, cruelty free, vegan, all that sort of stuff. So I'm really into this. And something else really interesting about this is it has prebiotics and peptides in it, and my skin just loves peptides. So when I get something with peptides in it, that just really makes me happy. And again, this primer was $42. I'm not sure I would pay $42 ever for a primer, but I'm glad I got this in the box to be able to try it because this is really nice. Now I want to go ahead and try this Ciate Watermelon Setting Spray again. I don't have anything to really set on my face, but I kind of want to give you a more detailed experience of how it is. So this is really a setting spray. You know how some mists are just fixing sprays or refresher sprays? This one is supposed to enhance your makeup wear. It's also supposed to provide for a dewy finish and have a delicate watermelon scent. I also want to point out that the second ingredient in here is alcohol, which is very common for a setting spray, but if you're trying to avoid alcohol in your skincare stuff, then this product would not be for you. And this is also made with artificial fragrance. So inside the box, you even get a little piece of paper with more intense direction on it. So if you're ever curious about that, you can look further into that. So here's the bottle, like all of Ciate's packaging. It's super cute. I have their other setting spray called, I think it's called the Everyday Vacay, and I love that one. That's one of my favorite setting sprays to really make my makeup wear longer. So I'm hoping this works the same. So I'm going to do exactly 6 spritzes on my face. I'm going to do 2 here, 2 in the center, and 2 on this side. So the mister on here is really nice. It reminds me exactly of the Everyday Vacay mist, so I like that. The actual fragrance of it is nice. Like, it's described as a delicate watermelon scent. It's not over potent or anything like that. I will say it's kind of tough to angle the spray in the appropriate direction because I ended up spraying different areas of my face than I was trying to get in the first place. And this setting mist cost $22. So at that price point, I wouldn't expect it to have any spray mechanism defects, but I mean, it's okay. I did get it in the box, so no complaints about that. I also do like that the little straw inside goes all the way to the bottom with the slight curve in here, so you can essentially get all the product in here. Even if you have to tilt it a little bit, you're going to be able to get every last drop. Now I want to use this Make Serum Balm. I tested this out in my other video, but I'm going to go ahead and put on a base layer of lipstick before we put this on so we can really make the lips juicy today. So I'm going to go in with the lipstick that I used yesterday from Poudier. This is in the shade 5. I don't think I mentioned that in yesterday's video, but I think they have like 18 different shades, and this was the one I was most attracted to, but it's more red than I anticipated, but I do like the color of it. So yesterday when I applied this, I went ahead and lined my lip with the accompanying lip liner, and then I filled in my lips with the lipstick. So today I think I'm going to go without the lip liner, and since I had so much trouble with the lipstick that kept going down like this and kind of scratching my lips, I think I'm going to take it onto my finger and kind of just dab it onto my lips with my finger. Usually if you apply lipstick like this, you can get a more blurred look, and I do like that like clouded edge look. And this lipstick looks so beautiful after a few hours wear. It leaves the best looking, most even looking stain. So I kind of got that stain effect just the way it wore yesterday, but I'm going to take a little washcloth and go ahead and just dab it over my lips to really make it blurred. And guys, I think that lipstick's only $1.68, and it's so worth how it looks. I love it. I would even pick up another shade in that because it's beautiful. So now on top of that, I'm going to take this Make Serum Balm, and this is in the shade Nude Nova, and the packaging on this is just outstanding. You could seriously knock someone out with this. This is really sturdy and super heavy. Now this lip balm costs a whopping $26, and this is also my first product ever from Make Beauty, so I don't think I would ever pay $26 for a lip balm, but I'm also glad this came in the box. If I'm not mistaken, I think this is a repeat item for me. I think I have another one in my makeup to try bin, so I'm gonna have to double check that. So here's the applicator. You get an extra large doe foot, and there's not very much color on this at all. That's why I went ahead and applied the base shade. My lips are so chapped right now, so applying this just feels so nice. It is so refreshing, and it just rejuvenates and nourishes my lips. I need it so badly. So I think it looks beautiful. It doesn't have any particular scent to it, but it does have a really sweet taste. And it feels like a mix between a lip balm and a lip oil. So it has that structure, and I think it'll have the longevity of a balm, but it has that slip of an oil. So I really like this. So for these other 3 products, I'm going to take these into my little beauty space so we can really create a fun eye look. It's been a while since I've done an actual eye look, and I've just been craving putting some actual eyeshadow onto my eye. So I'm going to bring these in there and we'll get to creating one. Alright guys, we're in my little filming space, so I'm going to create an eye look using all 3 of these last BoxyCharm products, and I'm really excited about it. You know, I always like to do an eye look once a week when I post my normal content, and I've been really wanting to do it, but I just haven't had the time. So now I get to test out these things and try something fun. So for the eye look, I'm gonna use these complex culture brushes. So let's see what we got in here. I don't know if it's just me, but I never use eye brushes the way that the product packaging dictates. I just use them for what I think I'll use them for. So we have something that looks like to be an all-over blending brush, something that looks like a pointed packer brush, and then something that could be really good for the lower lash line or maybe an outer quarter blend. So let me open up this Trace Lucé Beauty palette. This is called Midnight Deseos, and this looks so gorgeous. So here's the palette, and my favorite color is purple, so I just love the packaging of this. And something cool that I didn't know about this when I first got it is that this mirror comes off, so you can take this and use it however which way you want to. And the back of the mirror has the same cover art as the front cover does. So this palette doesn't bend all the way back, which is kind of annoying in my case, but you know, we can make it work. And here's all the shades we get. So we get a bunch of neutral mattes, and it does go from very light to very deep, which I love. And then we get these 4 shades, which look almost like pressed glitters, but they are not. They're just very heavily foiled shades. So to give this palette a fighting chance, I'm going to go ahead and apply some NARS eyeshadow primer to my eye. And I always like to set my eyeshadow base, so I'm going to go ahead and set it with Wet n Wild Brulee eyeshadow. So I think for today's look, I'm going to do a very neutral, smoky halo eye. So I'm going to use some of the neutral tones and then put one of these bling and shimmers on the inside. So I'm going to take the shade Ease first and run this through my crease with this fluffy blending brush from Complex Culture. And I've used the Trace Lucé Beauty formula, I think twice before, and I've always loved it. It's a more powdery formula, so I always find that more easy to blend. It's a little tougher to build, but you can get such a beautiful blend. The more powdery the formula, the more wispy the blend you're gonna get. So I'm gonna take a little detail brush and use this shade Journey and put it on my inner and outer corner. I'm kind of going with these red tone colors because I think it'll match my shirt all right. So I'm just gonna start building this up all the way in my inner corner. And look at how gorgeous that blend is. It kind of just blends itself, really. I got Smoky in here with me right now, as I always do when I'm filming something. And she's being a wild nut right now. She's jumping from place to place, making all sorts of noise. But that's okay because she's super fat and fluffy and we love her. Okay, so I'm going back in with that fluffy blending brush. I have my little first transition shade on, and I'm going to go ahead and blend out that dark shade. And now I really want to take this pointed flat shader and put this really bright gold on the center. And I forgot to say that this shade up here in the top corner looks different than these 3 other ones. These look like highly foiled shadows, while this one just looks like a normal shimmer shade. So this shadow is not picking up easily on my brush at all, so I'm gonna have to go in with my finger for this one. And just look at that shade, guys. It's kind of like a green duochrome, too, on top of that gold. It's super pretty. I'm going to take this pointed brush and try to blend the edges out, maybe. Did I tell you guys earlier that my husband's now sick, too? I usually do school with my daughter on Tuesdays, which is today, but we took a day off because both my son and my husband and now my daughter are all sick together. So for the lower lash line, I'm going back into that shade Journey. And I'm just going to put this on the outer portion just to kind of connect this outer corner a little bit. And I am getting quite a bit of fallout from that glitter shade that we used. And now I'm going to take this yellow orange called Esperanza. And I'm going to put this on the interior part of my lower lash line. Now this shade really matches with my shirt. Call me weird or what, but I love matching my eyeshadow with my clothes that I'm wearing. I'm going to take my detail brush and go into this normal shimmer shade and see if I could put this on the inner corner with a brush. This one seems to be picking up better on a brush. Okay, so now I'm going to do the other eye to match up with this, but this is the entire base of the eye look. So now essentially I just have to remember exactly what I did so I can replicate the eye look. And remember, if you ever make a mistake on one eye, you're going to want to duplicate the same mistake on the other eye too. So that way you keep the same look on both eyes. So essentially, if you make a mistake and fix it over here, you're going to want to make the same mistake and fix it over here just so you get the same identical look. And please keep in mind that this is not my review on the palette. I'm just playing with it today. I really want to do a thorough review on this and play with all the shades and create more looks and everything. I always have so much trouble working on this eye over here. This eye is way more hooded and it's a completely different shape. I have a very asymmetrical face. So if I do an eye look on my right eye, it's very hard to do the same eye look on my left eye. So I'm getting chunks and chunks of glitter fallout from that foil shade that they don't dust away either. So it's kind of just getting stuck on my face. And you know me, I don't mind glitter fallout, but I figured I would mention that. Glitter fallout, especially in this type, can really ruin your makeup if you do your base first. I really can't believe there's a shade in here that matches my shirt perfectly. Okay, so I wanted to try out some of these Beauty for Certain eyeliners. And now there's a bronze and a navy in here, so of course we should use the bronze today. Actually, I could probably use them both. I could probably put the navy on top here, just a little bit in the outer corner. We'll see how this works. My shirt has a little navy on the sleeves, so this will match. It's working really well over the matte shadow, but once I kind of pull it over the foil, it's getting really sheer. I think this eyeliner duo was $38 for both pencils, and in my opinion, there's no way that price is right. I mean, I'm sure it's right, but no way that I would ever pay that. This is the same type of item that they say it costs $38, and the next time you look, the whole set would be $6 in the add-on shop. Okay, so this side worked better over the foil, and I don't know what happened to this side. But I'm going to take this bronze color and go ahead and put this in my waterline now. You can't really see this color in my waterline so well. I can see the color working, but the actual nature of this shade, it just doesn't really show up in my waterline. So I'm going to go ahead and apply some mascara. I think I'm going to use this Maybelline Snapscara in Ultraviolet to really pop against the tones that we have on the eyes today. I love this Maybelline Snapscara. You can find this on clearance at like TJ Maxx, and it's super easy to remove. And it comes in like 1,000,001 shades too, so it's really fun. So I'm just going to do a second coat of mascara. Okay, so there's my final look to match with my gold and navy sweater. So what do I think about the products that we use? So the first thing that we went into, well, let's talk about the eye brushes first. So we got this eye brush trio from Complex Culture. I used 2 out of the 3 brushes today, but I've already had this one in my collection. I bought this as a single from the add-on shop a while back. So I already know what I think about this one, and I like this one for a wispy outer corner. So this one is great quality and I love it. These other 2, they worked fine. I don't think they're worth the price that they're asking, but if you can find them on a discount, I think that all 3 of these brushes, you can use them in any single eye look and they'll give you a great overall look. Something else cool about these are the handles on these brushes are biodegradable. So, I mean, it kind of negates the fact that they put metal on the ferrules, but, you know, the handles are biodegradable, so that's pretty cool. Next up, we have this Trace Luce Beauty eyeshadow palette in Midnight Deseos, and again, this palette is absolutely stunning, and I love the way it worked today. I still need to go in and deep dive into this and do a completely thorough review on it, but so far so good. I love the eye look I came up with. This is my type of neutral palette. I love the special shades you get in it. I think it's so pretty. I'm so glad we got this in the box, and I want to see more from this brand. Now these eyeliners, excuse me for saying this, but they're just trash. No way are these eyeliners worth $38 for the set. You can go get a NYX eyeliner for $5 and it's going to outperform these on any single day. I'm not saying you can't get these to perform because you certainly can, but this copper one doesn't show up in your waterline and this navy one isn't the best over any type of thing that's not a matte. So these are more of a gel type formula, so they're ultra creamy and they can kind of chunk up on your lashes if you're not careful. And they're also more of that plastic type material, so you're going to have a hard time sharpening these because plastic type pencils don't really sharpen the best. And over time with plastic style pencils, the liner inside can kind of shrink up a bit and they can actually fall out of the pencil holder. So that's my opinion on these. If you see these and you were considering buying them in add-ons or if you got them in your box, they're not that great, but I mean, I'm not complaining because I got them in my box. So I'm just going to add these to my collection, continue using them, but I'm not crazy about them. As far as this brand is owned by a rapper named Bia. I'm currently using their mascara and I love the mascara. I think the mascara is phenomenal. Again, way too expensive for what it is, but I think certain products from the brand are standout, but these are not it. So guys, there's my review and testing out all the products from the December BoxyCharm. And yeah, that's all I have to say about it. So if you disagree with me about anything, be sure to let me know in the comments. And of course, if you agree with anything, also be sure to let me know in the comments. But I'm gonna go ahead and take a small break and I will be back in the next segment. Hey guys, I'm back and I just recently saw Jen Phelps' video about the 2004 Sephora catalog and that got me thinking. I have all these really old Ulta catalogs and I wanted to go through them and find out which one's the oldest and see what they were trying to promote at that time. So here's my oldest one and this is from March 18th, 2018. So this was almost 5 years ago. So as you can see by the cover, new and only at Ulta Beauty, this is when the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Foundation came out. I don't even remember this releasing, so that's really crazy. I just always assumed this product has just always been there, so seeing this just coming out, that's really, really interesting. And they were also running their 21 Days of Beauty, and they still have a sale every single year. Here's the calendar from the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, and looking at it, it seems like a lot of boring stuff. I think the sales nowadays are a lot more intriguing and they just get better every single year. I mean, look at this Lorac palette right here. Can you imagine that being on the 21 Days of Beauty nowadays? People would be really mad if this was one of the days of the 21 Days of Beauty. But looking at the prices of some of these things though, the prices were a lot better then. You could get the Clinique 3-Step Skincare Starter Kit for $9.7. Okay, what you doing? Like I was saying, you could get the Clinique 3-Step Skincare Kit for $9.75. That is unheard of nowadays. Do you guys remember when Mally Beauty was available at Ulta? Now you can only get it on QVC, I think. I haven't seen any promotion of Butter London products in a while. That's really interesting too. And I did have a little perfume sample fall out. So they were promoting Viva La Juicy for Juicy Couture. So let's see if this smells like anything still. Oh wow, it still smells like Viva La Juicy. I know I'm probably the only crazy one that rubs these little perfume samples all over my shirt. This perfume smells so good though. It's kind of warm and spicy. I do like it. Here's the Benefit Professional packaging. Look how much it's changed in 5 years. These Stila Glitter and Glows and Shimmer and Glows were a big hit, I remember. But now you can really find them for such a great deal at TJ Maxx and Marshalls and stuff like that. But they're still beautiful. I like them. I have a few in my collection. I didn't know MAC was available at Ulta 5 years ago. I thought that was just a new thing that they just recently came to Ulta. That's pretty crazy. I didn't know that. Who remembers this Too Faced collection? I remember when this came out, I wanted everything so bad, but I just wasn't able to get it. I think I was able to get one piece of this, and it was this little Fairy Tears lip gloss. And I used it all the way until it was gone. I love the palette though, and I love this highlighter, but I just couldn't get it. Oh, look guys, we have Becca right here, RIP. The NARS cheek palettes still look like the same cheek palettes that they're launching today. Oh my god, this is when the ABH Soft Glam palette came out. That was a big hit. I remember when this Beauty by Pop Sugar line came out, everybody was so mad at these palettes because they were so ugly. And here's the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation. This has been such a stronghold, iconic foundation, and guess what? I still haven't tried it. I still want to try it, and maybe one day I will. It's a great medium solid coverage, and I'm dying to try it. Still haven't. This Monsieur Big Mascara just launched in 2018, and I know that's some people's holy grail mascara. I have never tried it. We have some Julep products. I don't think they're sold any longer at Ulta, but I know you can still get some of their stuff on their website. I think they also sell Julep on Amazon too, if I'm not mistaken. Benefit was still out there making these kits just like they do today. Now here's a page that would certainly get me to come into the store. It says, come in store for a free 10-day sample of your perfect shade for a foundation. If there's anything in this catalog that's gonna persuade me to go to Ulta, it's this page right here. All you have to do is mention a free sample and I'm there. I don't even have to be a big fan of Clinique or anything, but free sample, you guys. What the heck is even this brand? I don't even remember this one. This is called Whoosh Beauty, and it's kind of like an all-in-one kit with an all-in-one brush. Have you guys ever heard of Whoosh Beauty before? And better yet, have you guys ever tried anything by them? I've never even seen this. Guys, if I could get the Shiseido eyelash curler for $15 today, I would be ecstatic. This is such a good deal right here. We've got a celebrity skincare line right here. Does this line even exist anymore? It's called House 99 by David Beckham. It looks like it was targeted more towards men, but I've never seen it, never heard of it. I don't even know if it still exists, but here we have celebrity skincare back in 2018. This little product right here by E-Nature looks so boring. All it says on the front is Marina Cleansing Balm. It's just so simple. This thing says it costs $23. I don't think I would pay $23 for something like that. Here's some perfumes of the time that they were recommending, and I know this Angel one by Terry Mugler is so controversial. You either love it or you really, really hate it. It's really scented like patchouli, so, I mean, I know not a lot of people like patchouli, but there are some people that are die-hard fans of patchouli. Then we have an Allure Best of Beauty winner, number 7 products. I don't ever recall a time where number 7 products were sold at Ulta, but that would have been cool. I would love to see number 7 sold there. Now we have a full page spread dedicated to Pacifica. Most recently, I've heard Pacifica doing really well. And back in the day, you didn't really hear all about Pacifica, so this is really neat to see. And this collection seems really cool, something that would do great nowadays. So on this page, you have some big brands with very small advertisements. So you have Makeup Revolution right here, Morphe right here, BH Cosmetics, LA Girl, and Real Techniques. I would just assume them to have a bigger spread than these little sections on one page. And then we have some really cool drugstore brands, Alchemist, Physicians Formula, Neutrogena. I love seeing the drugstore brands' new products in the Ulta magazine. It just really intrigues me. And then continuing on to the next page, you have more drugstore brands up top. So it's really cool to see. I didn't even know that Maybelline had this Total Temptation palette. And then, of course, Ulta's going to promote their own brand on a full page. But I've never really bought so many things from the Ulta Beauty brand itself because they tend to discontinue things so fast. So if you ever end up falling in love with something, it's really hard to buy again because they just discontinue it. And they just have this one little tiny page dedicated to their nail polish. And then the rest of this book is all hair products. Then you get into some hair tools. And on the very back, you have the coupon. And I'm sure the back page is pretty expensive to pay for too. You have the Tarte Shape Tape. And I guess this is when the Shape Tape foundation came out. And I know this was a dramatic release if you guys remember that as well. So yeah, guys, this was really a walk through history and it was really fun. I love looking through these. I keep them in my bathroom just so I can look through them every now and again. But anyway, I'll see you soon when I start to cook dinner. Okay, so we're going to start cooking dinner. And we're going to start with hard-boiled eggs. This is my hard-boiled egg maker, and everybody needs one of these. So the first thing I do is use this little measuring cup and fill it up to the line that says hard. And then I take this out and just dump the water into the bottom here. And then this part's very important. You can't forget it. On the bottom of this little measuring cup, you have a little spike so you can poke each egg. So I just find the butt of each egg and give it a little poke. And then stick it in the slot. So once you're done doing all that, you put your cover back on and then you just hit the one button there is. And then when it's done, it sounds an alarm and then you're done. You just unplug it and they're ready to eat. Next up, I'm gonna show you how to make my favorite rice. This is so easy and it tastes so good too. So what I do is I just store my rice in this little Dollar Tree container and I cut off the directions of the rice from the bag and I just tape it on top so I don't forget how to do it. I know rice is so simple to make, but I always question myself whether or not I'm doing it correctly. So today I'm gonna go ahead and make the 2 cups of rice. So I need 2 cups of rice, 4 cups of water. So there's 1 cup of rice, 2 cups of rice. I used to use brown rice, but I know there's a lot of controversy whether or not it's any better for you than regular white rice. So I just use plain white rice, plus it's a lot cheaper. So then now I'm gonna go ahead and add 4 cups of water to my rice. So now all I do is season it. So I'm gonna start with some kosher salt. As this is seasoning, I'm gonna go ahead and turn it on high because we're gonna need this to boil. I'm also gonna add some pepper.
Are you making boiled eggs and rice?
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, my favorite.
I know this is controversial, but I'm gonna go ahead and add this. I'm gonna add 4 of these chicken cubes.
How many eggs do we have?
6. Then I add some of this Trader Joe's everything but the bagel seasoning. Now, I don't have a Trader Joe's by me, but I just get this on Amazon. I'm gonna add some minced garlic to this. And I'm just adding about this much. It's a lot, but I love garlic. And lastly, I'm gonna use my butter belt and add some butter to my rice.
Make sure you get the jelly part out.
So I'm just gonna give that all a quick stir and let that come to a rolling boil. My butter bell's out, so I need to refill this. So as that's coming to a boil, I'm gonna go ahead and put all the stuff away. So our rice is at a nice boil now, so I'm gonna go ahead and come up to this little timer section and set my timer for 20 minutes exactly and hit start. And as that's boiling, I'm gonna go ahead and turn that down to low and place this glass cover on it. And over here, I set out some salted butter to soften up so I could put it inside my butter bell. So I'm just gonna let this cook for 20 minutes and then we'll come back and eat it. So this is how the eggs sound when they're done, and you just press the button and it stops doing that. And I just unplug it and open it up and they're ready to take out. So I just take a spoon and grab each one on the spoon and place it down on the little rag so it can cool off. But yeah, you could do much more with this machine than just do hard-boiled. You can do omelet, soft-boiled, all different sorts of stuff, but I just use it for hard-boiled eggs. And it's super easy to clean because all the parts come out of it and you can just wipe it down very easily. Okay guys, the timer's going off. We surpassed the 20-minute time frame, so now I'm gonna go ahead and turn my oven off, turn this timer off, take my lid off. And this is how the rice should look. It should have all those little holes in the top. So now I just take a fork and fluff up all the rice. You just take your fork and just make it really fluffy looking. And after 20 minutes, your rice will be the perfect texture. If you still see water at the bottom of your rice, you didn't cook it long enough. Okay, so here's how it looks. I'm just gonna go ahead and pop the lid back on this and kind of angle it so it's not on all the way. And I'm gonna wait till it's time to eat and have this and some eggs for dinner. Okay guys, here's my dinner tonight. I have some rice that I made and a hard-boiled egg. All my fruits tonight, so some strawberries, blueberries, 2 types of grapes, my almonds and cashews, and my little walnuts, and then my supplements. And of course, tonight I have my water. No more Taco Bell for quite some time. Alright guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end Vlogmas Day 13 right here. I'm gonna eat all this dinner and thoroughly enjoy it and get ready for Vlogmas Day 14 tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I also hope you had such an amazing day. And if you did like this video, please give me a giant thumbs up. And if you didn't like it, just hit that thumbs down button. And until next time, bye!